Use the first minute of this 30-minute break to settle yourself onto the couch, covering yourself with a blanket if you feel that will be needed, rearranging the pillows to be comfortable, closing your eyes and then covering them with the eye cover. You've decided to be here for this 30-minute break. We're using the first minute to settle into the couch. Find that comfortable position. Rearrange as needed throughout this entire 30 minutes. And now that you've settled into the couch, eyes are closed, eyes are covered. There's nothing to see on the video. This audio experience will be about butter, melting like butter. We'll get to that in a few minutes. First, though, once you've fully settled into the couch in the starting position, eyes are closed and covered, take a series of 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth with a sigh, at your own pace. Each time you come to the daily rest break, you do the same thing. So your body knows what's going to happen. You've settled into the couch. You've covered yourself with a blanket. You close your eyes and covered them. You hear the sound of my voice, and then you take those 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, with a sigh. Each time you do this, the same routine to start this 30-minute rest period, the body gets more and more used to going into relaxation. So let that happen now, settling into the couch even more, rearranging your body's position as needed. When we first settle into the couch, we feel comfortable. Then, as time goes by and the muscles begin to relax, then we find that adjusting our body position is needed. So when you notice that, then make that slight adjustment. And then the bones start to relax, and again you might notice an adjustment is needed. Listen to that guidance from the body and adjust as needed. You have committed to being here for 30 minutes. I will end this audio experience at 30 minutes. I am keeping track of the time, so you don't have to. You may be thinking of all of the things that need to be done today. Guess what? They can happen later. Now you've committed to being here for this 30-minute rest period to give your body a rest, give your brain a rest. You're doing the task of the present moment, and that is resting on the couch. After those first 3 breaths that you intentionally took in through your nose, out through your mouth, you let your breath go back to doing its own thing, moving in and out on its own. Breath is moving in and out. You don't have to do it. It is happening on its own. Feel your head on the pillow. Feel your back against the couch. Feel your arms resting on your body and your legs on the couch. Break time. Time for rest. Muscles are starting to let go. Bones are beginning to relax. Breath is slowing down on its own. The mind might still be thinking about what happened earlier, what someone said, what they did, what you did or said. Or the mind might be thinking about what needs to happen later, all the things on the to-do list. You can notice the mind going there and then bring it back to the present moment. Remind your own mind, it's 30-minute break time. That is what I'm doing right now. And I choose to be in this present moment, on the couch, relaxing, releasing, letting go, feeling the sensation of my back against the couch, noticing my breath moving in and out. Today's guided audio experience is about butter and the imagination and your brain and your body. As I begin and continue with the butter, I encourage you to listen to the body and adjust as needed. And if the mind wants to jump again to the past or to the future, to bring it back to the present and remind it the future will be here soon enough. Someone is watching the time. This is only 30 minutes long, and 7 of those minutes have already passed. So here you are, resting on the couch, settling into the couch. And if you want to, you could imagine that underneath you, between you and the couch, is a tarp. And that tarp is going to protect the couch from the butter. Sometimes I have to do that, even though I'm only imagining butter. My mind is very rational. It likes things to be logical. So I pretend there's a tarp underneath me. And now we imagine that there is a Vichy shower above you. A Vichy shower is a shower found at spas, and it has multiple shower heads. So those shower heads they begin to release melted butter. So it's raining melted butter at a comfortable temperature down upon your body. Move your attention to your feet. Imagine your feet are being rained on by butter at a very comfortable temperature. It's a yellowish golden color, raining down upon your feet, coating your feet. And then the next shower head activates, and there's butter raining down upon your lower legs. It's also a golden yellow color, and it's the best temperature for you right now. You're pretending. You're giving your mind something to do. Pretend, imagine, you can use either word. The mind likes to do things when we're awake. So we're giving it something to do. We're pretending there's butter raining down on your feet and your lower legs. And now the knees. Next shower head turned on. As each new shower head turns on, all the other ones continue. There's butter raining down upon your knees, coating their skin, soaking down, filling up below you so that the backs of your knees are also getting coated with butter. Next shower head, upper legs. Raining butter upon your upper legs. A yellowish golden color. It's very comfortable temperature. And you feel the viscosity of it. And now there's butter raining down upon your hips and your belly. Same time. Filling up your belly button, coating the skin, and then pouring down and pulling underneath you so that the back of your hips and your low back are also coated with butter. Next shower head activates and there's butter raining down upon your torso, the upper part of the torso, the diaphragm, the heart, the shoulders, the throat. Just use your imagination. If it's difficult, then I encourage you not to try. Don't make effort here. Visualize what's easy, and if none of it's easy, just feel yourself resting on the couch. And think about what butter tastes like. If you can find that in your memory, focus on that. What does butter taste like? What does it feel like on the skin? What does it smell like? What does it look like? And what is the sound of butter raining upon me? If it ever did in real life, what would that sound like? And now, butter is raining upon your face and head. The front of the body covered completely with butter now. That butter runs down the sides, starts to pool in a big puddle of butter underneath you. And so you begin soaking in butter. And now we imagine the couch turns into a very big tub. We could have imagined that in the beginning. For some reason, I never think of it in the beginning. I think of the tarp. And then later, the tub comes in. So that's what I'm doing on this audio recording today. Next time you listen, you could imagine the tub from the beginning if you like. And that tub is filling with butter. You're soaking in it. Fills up, and then when it gets up so that everything is submerged except for your face, the shower heads turn off. You're soaking in the butter, and now imagine that butter is going in, going through the skin, into every part of your body, coating everything on the outside, and then going across the skin barrier in through the cells that make up the skin, and then beginning to fill all the spaces inside. Let's start with the feet. Butter goes into the left foot, absorbed in while you're soaking in this tub. Left toe, big toe, the next toe, the next toe, the next toe, the pinky toe, filled with butter. super comfortable temperature, golden yellowish color. And the rest of the foot, butter inside, butter outside. Butter surrounds and fills all the bones of the foot. Butter surrounds and coats and fills all the cells of the muscles of the foot. And all of the other tissue and the ligaments and the tendons and the fluid vessels, all filled and coated with butter. And then the right foot, same thing. Toes filled with butter. Heels filled with butter. Arch of the foot fills with butter. Bones and ligaments and tendons, muscles, everything is filled and coated with butter. That yellowish golden color. Super comfortable temperature. And then the ankles begin to fill with butter. Lower legs, the muscles and the bones, all of the tissue, all of the cells of all of the tissue filled with butter, so that every cell of your body, from below the knees, both legs, is a golden color, a buttery color, very comfortable. Plus you have all of that fat from the butter soothing the nervous system, the nerves of the lower legs, coating, giving nutrition, soothing the nerves. And now your knees are filling, upper legs filling with butter, hips, everything in between the hips, the entire pelvic area, every cell of every part of the butter, hips down, of the body, hips down, filled with this golden yellowish butter you're imagining, coating everything. The joints appreciate this extra fat that mixes with the synovial fluid and allows for easier movement. Hip joints, knee joint, ankle joints, toe joints, all filled with butter. Butter is mixing with the synovial fluid. Now the torso begins to fill and everything in it, all the organs, all the tissues, all the spaces between, filling with butter. Meanwhile, hands, fingers, wrists, arms, elbows, shoulders, soaking in that butter. Relaxing on the couch, breath is moving in and out. We're giving the mind something to do. Imagining that you're resting in a pool of butter, and that butter, through osmosis and other activities, is going inside the body, coating and filling everything, even the neck and the throat, the lungs and the heart, the intestines, the stomach, the kidneys, liver, the spleen, appendix, blood vessels, muscles, bones, everything filled and coated with butter. Now the hair. It's a very nice treatment to have the hair soaking in butter. Every hair has soaked with butter. And now the cranium is coated and soaked with butter. And that butter goes through inside the cranium and starts to coat the brain and mix with the cerebral spinal fluid inside the cranium. In the throat, there's butter. In the sinuses, butter. In the eye sockets, coating the eyeballs, that high fat content butter, nourishing the eyeballs, nourishing the brain, nourishing the tongue inside the mouth, nourishing the teeth and the sinuses and the throat. Butter on the outside, butter on the inside. Giving the brain something to do while you rest on the couch for 30 minutes. The brain can imagine the body coated with butter and then filled with butter. And not just any butter, the high fat, high quality butter. And that butter is giving the body nutrients that the body wants. And it's coating the joints and helping them move more smoothly. And it's coating all the organs, helping them function better. And it's coating and being absorbed into the brain. And the brain really likes having a lot of fat coming in. It gives the brain energy. So imagine that butter is coating your brain. Every single part of the brain and all the spaces in between those parts. The ventricles, the lobes, all the spaces between the parts of the brain filled with that yellowish golden liquid butter, which is also mixing with the cerebral spinal fluid, mixing with your breath, mixing with your blood, circulating throughout your whole body, even while you rest on the couch. Sometimes during these 30-minute audios, you may notice yourself falling asleep. Let that happen. I will tell you when the time is nearly over and then eventually when it's finished. And when we get closer to that time, you can decide if you're going to finish at 30 minutes or give yourself a longer break, a longer rest, or a longer nap. Well, how about decide that now? There's 7 more minutes. When 7 minutes has passed, will you end your rest period or will you continue? You can always hit play again and listen for another 30 minutes. Decide that now for yourself. And then once you've decided, come back into this imagination, imagining you're in a pool of butter, a large tub of butter. It's a very comfortable temperature. It smells excellent, tastes even better. It looks yellowish golden, and you hear the sound of your breath slowing down. Resting on the couch, imagining you're resting in a very large bathtub of butter. And that butter, while coating the entire outside of your body, it also penetrated inside and filled every cell of every part of the body, soothing, nourishing, soothing and nourishing. Your breath is moving in and out. You're relaxing on the couch. If your mind still needs something to do, move it down to your feet, noticing how your feet feel in this moment. And then slowly begin moving up the body, imagining everything's coated and filled with butter, and then noticing how you feel. Imagination is happening to give your mind something to do. And then you're noticing the sensations in your body in the real time, present moment. Systematically, starting at the feet, then the ankles and the lower legs and knees, the upper legs, the hips, the entire pelvic area, the low back and belly, mid back and diaphragm, upper back and chest, fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders, neck. Butter everywhere. Tastes good, smells good, looks good, and it feels good on the skin, even when I'm only imagining. I imagine it would feel very good on the skin. And I also imagine this imaginary bathtub that I'm in is self-cleaning. It cleans itself, so I don't have to. And because I'm imagining, I can imagine a self-cleaning bathtub. I'm soaking in it in a full tub of butter. It's very relaxing. In the body, the breath is moving in and out. We are coming to the end of this 30-minute recording. Perhaps it's the end of your 30-minute rest period. Unless you decided earlier that you were going to take a longer rest period, another 30 minutes. Perhaps you're asleep. If you are asleep now and you needed to be finished in 30 minutes, I invite you to come back to awareness and consciousness. If you are asleep now and you decided to have a longer break, a longer nap, then continue on, even when this recording comes to an end in a minute. One last time, if you are asleep and you wanted this to last only 30 minutes, slowly start wiggling your toes to bring your attention back into the present moment and slowly wake yourself up. Even while your breath moves in and out and you're still resting on the couch. Resting on the couch. Body's relaxed. Eyes still are closed. If you are ending this session at 30 minutes, slowly start to deepen your breath. Deeper breath in, deeper breath out. And do that a few more times, even though this recording is ending.